How do you forgive those who have hurt you but refuse to admit that they did anything wrong?
Well, Jesus said, if you're in Matthew chapter 18, if your brother comes and says several times in one day, forgive me, you should forgive him. If they say, I repent. What do you do in the case where your brother does not repent, or your sister, or in the event that there's been some pain and misunderstandings in a family or between husband and wife? First of all, Jesus, I think, shows mercy for us even before we apologize. I think Christians got to be careful that they don't become bitter and angry and vengeful because someone else is too stubborn and proud to apologize. In a marriage relationship, sometimes Karen and I might have a little disagreement.
Yes, that's true.
And I'll say, I'm sorry, dear.
You
now,
will?
That doesn't mean I agree. It doesn't always mean that I think I'm wrong, but sometimes the way that you reconcile is by apologizing nevertheless. You can be sorry, I'm sorry that you're so stubborn. Or, so you can...
That's true.
So there's different ways of saying you're sorry, but you should try and reconcile with people even if they won't admit their faults. Now, on the other side, I've run into situations where a husband will do something very unkind or painful. Maybe hit his wife or run out on his wife, and I'm being kind of hard on the men because I've seen a lot of this. And then he'll play it down like it's no big deal. And until he comes clean and genuinely apologizes, you can't really start building trust and love in the relationship again. It is important if you hurt someone to admit it. When you shrug it off, there's no healing. There's no accountability. And so, you can't make a person do that. But I think as Christians, we should be open and honest about our failures with others and confess them. Folks will respect you more. Now, having said that, let me say this too. Some people use apologies as an excuse to continue bad behavior. Some people are addicted to bad behavior, and as soon as they get done with a wild, drunken weekend, they say, I'm sorry, and then they do it again next weekend, I'm sorry. Or they hit their wife and they say, I'm really sorry, I'll never do it again. Then they hit her again. I'm sorry, I'll never do it again. Then they hit her again. Well, that kind of apology is not very heartfelt and sincere. You might want to remove yourself from that situation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I'm sorry is a cover-up for just continued bad behavior.